Welcome, everyone, to Golden Nuggets, where truth and wisdom get married and bring forth enlightenment. It is time, people, time to be set free from your past. The moment has come for you to draw that line in the sand. Today, this is the day for all of you who have been mentally imprisoned to be released from your past. I am Ezra, A.K.A. the voice of reason. Over and out. Welcome to another edition of Golden Nuggets. If this is your first time joining me, then welcome. Today, we are going to be looking at the topic of drawing a line in the sand. And this is a very important and poignant topic at this time, as we are approaching the end of 2020, and what a year it has been. It is a time for us to reflect and for us to leave some things behind as we enter into the new year. So let's get into this. And so the first thing we have to be aware of what is important in terms of drawing a line in the sand is our past. And so many people that I talk to, that I work with, that I support, are living in the past, are consumed by the past, are being held captive by the mistakes they made, by the things that happened to them, by the things that people did to them in the past. And it is so important in order for us to enjoy and get the best out of life. We have to learn the lessons from the past, but not be held captive by it. And as the quote says, do not give your past the power to define who you are. You are more than your past. You are more than your experience. You are more than what people have said about you. And so it's for you not to define yourself, to not allow your past to determine who you are, not let it dictate how much confidence you have, to not allow it to drive and influence the decisions that you make in your present reality. And so there comes a point where we have to draw a line in the sand, where we have to say, I'm not doing that anymore. I'm not being fearful anymore. I'm not allowing you to treat me that way anymore. I'm not giving away my self-respect like that anymore. I am not sacrificing my self-care to do what you want me to do anymore. And so it's about that time where we make those decisions to draw that line and to say enough is enough. And it's only then that we can move forward in a new light. It's only then that we can make those changes that are much needed in our lives. It's only then that we can start to embrace the full spectrum of what life has to offer for us. And so we have to let the past be the past. Because if not, we will remain a prisoner of our past. And one of the hardest prisons that you can ever escape from is the prison of your past. How many times when you make decisions, do you make it based on what happened to you in the past? You failed last time, so you're reluctant of going forward this time. That relationship didn't work out last time, so you're very judgmental of people, and you don't trust people, and you don't let people in. Our past is one of the biggest barriers in our lives. It can consume us if we are not careful. It can stop us from reaching out and getting the help and support that we need. It can deter us from the actual blessings that are waiting for us as we continue, as we trust again, as we give another go. And so we have to be very careful because the mind is the battlefield. That is where every battle is won and lost, in your mind, because the past is stored in our subconscious part of our mind. That's where our memories are. That's where our habits are formed. And so we have to be very careful and be very aware of what we are entertaining and what we are holding record of in our mind. because the scars of guilt and shame and fear seek to keep us bound and changed in counterproductive and outdated thinking. And one of the things that I often say to people is that the internal scars can be much more painful and last much longer than the external scars that we may see on our hand and our face and our body. And those scars of guilt and shame and fear, they seep deep into our subconscious. And they drive and they influence us in phenomenal ways, way past the healing that has gone on. The emotional scars stay there and they kind of have a foothold and a stronghold on our decision making and how we see ourselves 5, 10, 15, 20 years later. And so we can have these outdated and counterproductive and limited thinking mindsets that hold us back, that keep us bound and imprisoned and chained. And so we don't go forwards. We don't live our life. We don't fully trust. We don't fully believe. We don't fully give our best in situations. And it eats us up inside. But today is the day to draw that line in the sand. Because failure does not mean final. And if you keep going and you keep trying, you will fail yourself forward. You will fail yourself to success. And you are no different from any other person who you see in your eyes as successful now. They had to go through this same process. They had to draw the line in the sand for themselves. And so this is the burden that every single one of us has to face. But as the saying says, every champion was once a contender that refused to give up, that refused to let their past determine their future. Are you going to be that champion of your life today? Are you going to refuse to let your past be your master? I hope you are. Because if not, and if you don't, the black hole of your past will suck you in. And a black hole is what is known as a region of space-time where gravity is so strong that nothing can escape from it. And some of you in your life right now, your past is the black hole of your life. It sucks out and sucks away your vision. It sucks away your dreams. It sucks away your confidence and self-esteem. It sucks away your focus. It sucks away your courage. And it just keeps you bound and locked in this space. And you don't know what to do. You don't know where to go, and how to address this. But it's time to draw the line in the sand. It's time to say no more. It's time to rise above your fear, your false evidence appearing real. And it's time to face everything can rise. It's time to dig in deep from beneath, to begin to trust yourself, to begin to believe in your ability, and to begin to speak those positive things in your life, because where the mind goes, the energy flows. And your past, if it becomes like this black hole that keeps you sucked in, you will never live a fulfilled life. You will never achieve what you were destined to achieve. And if you are not careful, it will consume you until you are completely lost. And there is too many people who are lost internally and can't find their way. And they have no vision. And they just survive each day. Do not be one of those people. Do not be one of those statistics. Do not end this life. And on your bed, before you draw your last breath, you think, what a waste of time. So today, draw that line in the sand. Whatever it is you've done, whatever it is you've experienced, whatever it is that's held you back, whatever guilt and shame and fear that you've been holding on to, today is the day to draw that line in the sand. And I want you to actually say these words. Enough is enough. Shout it out. Enough is enough. Declare it to yourself. Enough is enough. Be free where you are. Be free where you are today. Be free in your mind. Be free in your heart. You deserve it. And when I say enough, I'm talking about it's time to elevate. Elevate above your situation and circumstance. Elevate above your past. Elevate above the rats in your mind that are telling you the reoccurring afflicted thoughts that constantly tell you you can't do it. Don't try, you're going to fail. Elevate above them because they're just there to test you. But just like with any bully, when you stand up to them, they will flee. So elevate. But don't just elevate, nurture. You need to nurture yourself. You need to nurture your thoughts with positivity. You need to declare things over yourself. I always say to people, self-care comes down to three things: how you think about yourself, how you talk about yourself, and how you treat yourself. Nurture yourself with self-care. Stop entertaining these negative thoughts about yourself. Stop replaying on constant loop the things that you've done wrong, the areas where you've made mistakes. That's past. You can't change that. What are you going to do now? How are you going to move forwards? Nurture yourself. Give yourself affirmations. Talk good things about yourself. Declare your future and what you will be. And then it's about organize. Be organized. Be organized. Set your day with intention. What do you hope to get out of each day? What are you going to do? Plan and prepare your way, because failing to plan is planning to fail. Organize yourself. Organize your weeks, your months, your years. What's your goal? What's your plan? What's your purpose? Become organized. Set the scene for your success. And you need to uncheck. Uncheck from every negative thing that is holding you back. Any person that wants to bring up the mistakes you made of the past, uncheck them from your life. Any negative thought that wants to hold weight in your mind, uncheck it from your mind. Any memories, any things that's holding you and keeping you captive to your past, uncheck it. Draw that line in the sand today. And it's starting to grow. Have a growth mindset, a growth attitude, meaning that you have the ability to develop and grow in any area that you choose to. Have that growth mindset, nurture it. Just like any seed and flower that you want to grow in the garden of your mind, you need to water it with the right thoughts, with the right belief system. And so in order for you to have that growth mindset, you cannot be holding on to the past, the black hole of your past. You need to be focusing on the bright future that is ahead of you. And finally, it's about having health, being healthy, having healthy thoughts, eating healthy food, having healthy behaviors, having healthy relationships. And so it's time. Enough is enough. And you need to start to operating out of this enough approach in your life. Because to live in the past is to die to the present. And many people, maybe even you, are waking up in the past every single morning, and you are dying to your present. You're not even experiencing and appreciating the day that you have before you, because you are so focused on the past. You are reliving the nightmare. And today is the day. Draw the line in the sand. Enough is enough. Tell your past, You have had enough of my time. You have ruled and controlled me for too long. You have been paying, you've been living in my head without paying any rent for too long. And today is eviction day because you are the landlord of your mind. You control your thoughts. You are the one who has the final say as to what happens. Take the authority of your mind, and you will take the authority of your life. And always remember, part of your past was meant to be a lesson, not an instruction book. It doesn't mean now if you do that thing again, you're destined to fail. And so it's important to recognize and understand it was a lesson. It was to teach you something. Maybe you need to wait a bit longer next time. Maybe you need to push a bit harder next time. Maybe you need to work a bit faster next time. It's a lesson. Learn the lesson. When you lose the game, don't lose the lesson. And so remember, your past was meant to be a lesson. It was meant to teach you something. It was meant to help you to get better at something. It's not a instruction booklet. It doesn't mean that every time you do something, you're destined to fail. And it's really, really, really important. Do not allow a one-night stand with failure to become a lifelong broken relationship. And so many people, they fail once and they give up and they stop and they say that wasn't meant for me. That's not a vision for me. I can't do that. I'm not good enough. I'm not smart enough. I'm not strong enough. And you're allowing that one night stand to rule the rest of your life. You're allowing that one incident that happened in your past to stop you from moving forwards in any area of your life. It's time to draw the line in the sand. Forgive yourself. Let go. Turn a new page and move forward with your life. And the key question we should regularly ask ourselves is, what am I becoming? What are you becoming? With the mindset you are holding on to, what are you becoming? With what you have done with today, what are you becoming? With what has happened over the last day, last week, last month, last year of your life, what are you becoming? With the mistakes that you've made in your life, what are you becoming? With the successes that you've had in your life, what are you becoming? And if with any of those questions, the answer is something you don't like, then draw the line in the sand and do differently. Draw the line in the sand and move forwards in a different way. Draw the line in the sand and say, I can do all things. I'm strong, I'm powerful, I'm mighty. And start to live it and start to do it. What are you becoming? And the second question you have to ask yourself is, how much do you want it? How much do you want joy and peace and happiness, freedom, hope, and serenity? How much do you want to be content, to be thankful? How much do you want these things in your life? Because it's going to take hard work and dedication. It's going to take you being pushed past your comfort zones. It's going to take you letting go of your past. And so I implore you, draw that line in the sand today. Forgive yourself, love yourself, and be confident in yourself, because greatness dwells inside of you. It dwells inside of you. And if only you could see it with your own eyes, not the eyes that you can see, but the eyes of vision, because they say you don't need eyes to see, you need vision. Begin to see yourself in the great, mighty, and powerful aspect that you can live in if you would only but let go of the past and begin to live. And so don't allow the failures of yesterday to stop you from achieving the victories of tomorrow. You can't carry the baggage of your past and expect to walk in the freedom and liberty of your future. You have to make a choice. You have to let go and be free. You have to draw that line in the sand. And I hope you'll do it, because only then can you become fearless. Only then can you begin to dominate your mind, your situation, and your circumstances. Only then will you have the eye of the tiger and be unstoppable. Draw that line in the sand. Because it's a new chapter. It's a new year. We are coming to the end of 2020. And you can't go into this new year holding on to all the baggage of what this year has brought. And it's brought a lot for many people. It's a new chapter in your life. It's a blank page. What are you going to write? And the writing is not by what you do with your hands, it's by your actions, it's by the decisions that you make. What chapter will your life show in this new year? What is the mark that you will leave? What is going to be the change and the development in you? What are you going to show that you have become in this new chapter in your life? Because 2020, which I call the year of resilience building and character development, is coming to an end. And there may be certain things in this year that you need to let go of. There may be certain things that's happened this year that you need to draw a line in the sand about so that you can move forward. But I want to encourage you today that your future is dependent on your present, just as your present has been influenced by your future. And so I encourage you, do what you need to do. Let go of what you need to let go of. Draw the line in the sand of those things that need to be left behind, those dead weights, whether it is people, whether it is mindsets, whether it is situations, whether it is environments, those things you need to leave behind in 2020 as you move on to the next chapter in your life. And it's only then that you can make the book of your life amazing. So that when people read the chapter, this next chapter in your life, that it will send chills down their spine as they see the transformation as you let go of the old and embrace the new and show forth the greatness that was always inside of you. So I want to encourage you, if you found this useful, to look on my YouTube channel, which has a whole range of different videos dedicated to inspire and motivate you to be the best version of yourself. Thank you for watching this video. My question is, what will you take from it? Leave a comment and let me know below. And share this video with your loved ones and your friends who you know need to hear this truth. And check out my channel for many other videos dedicated to supporting and empowering you, including these videos below. And remember to subscribe to the channel. And don't forget to hit the notification bell, because this is me calling you for our next one-to-one. So stay blessed, remain grateful, and manifest your greatness.